But James's experience isn't the only one I've heard from American roads. Recently, I met Rachel, a 34-year-old paramedic from Portland, Oregon. What happened to her on Highway 26 near Mount Hood during her night shifts to the hospital made her realize that some accidents leave a mark that never fades. Rachel has worked for emergency medical services for 11 years. She drives to the hospital several times a week. Highway 26 is one of her regular routes, a mountain highway, winding, dangerous in winter. There are things that can't be explained. What I experienced that night changed everything. It started in December 2018. Rachel was driving the ambulance toward Portland around midnight. It was snowing, heavy. Visibility was poor. She was approaching a sharp curve near milepost 37 when she saw brake lights, bright red, like a car had stopped suddenly right in front of her. Rachel hit her brakes hard. The ambulance skidded on the snow, but she managed to stop. But when she looked ahead, there was nothing. No car, no brake lights, just snow falling on an empty highway. Stress, she told herself. The snow, the darkness. But the next week, same place, same conditions, same thing. Red brake lights appearing out of nowhere, then vanishing. And then she saw more. For just a second, she saw a car, a sedan, spinning out of control, sliding across the ice, going off the road, down the embankment. She blinked. It was gone. Rachel asked around at work, "Has there been an accident at milepost 37 on Highway 26? An older paramedic said, "Oh yeah, about 7 years ago. Family of 5. Car hit black ice on that curve, went off the road, rolled down the hill, all died." Rachel searched online, found the article. January 2011, a family returning from a ski trip. Their car lost control on black ice at milepost 37 of Highway 26, went over the embankment. No survivors. And now, every time Rachel passes that curve in winter, when there's snow or ice, she sees it. The brake lights, the car spinning, the crash. You'd feel your heart race every time. You know what you're going to see, but you can't avoid it. The road is there, and the accident keeps happening, trapped in that moment. Rachel has tried different routes, but sometimes the alternate routes aren't safe in winter. She has to take Highway 26. So now, when she approaches milepost 37, Rachel slows down, grips the wheel tight, and watches, and sees the crash, and drives on. Because some roads keep their tragedies. They replay them, show them to the living, as a warning, or as an echo that never dies. And speaking of warnings, I have to share what happened to Marcus, a 27-year-old delivery driver from Phoenix, Arizona. On Route 60 between Phoenix and Globe, during his overnight deliveries, he met someone who seemed to be trying to save lives. But that someone had been dead for 15 years. Marcus works for a logistics company. He makes overnight deliveries throughout Arizona. Route 60 is one of his main routes, a desert highway, scenic during the day, isolated and dark at night. There are things that can't be explained. What I experienced that night changed everything. It was in July 2021. Marcus was driving his van on Route 60 near Superior. It was around midnight. The road was empty. Then he saw someone on the shoulder, a man waving his arms frantically, like he was trying to warn of danger. Marcus slowed down. The man kept waving, pointing ahead at the road, like he was saying, "Careful, danger." Marcus pulled over next to him, rolled down his window. "Hey man, you okay?" The man approached. He looked about 50, wearing a work shirt and jeans. His face showed genuine concern. "The curve ahead. There's debris, big rocks on the road. I crashed there. Others have too. Go slow or you'll hit them." "Are you hurt? Need me to call someone?" "I'm fine, but you need to be careful." Marcus nodded. "Thanks for the warning." He continued, slowly, got to the curve the man mentioned, and sure enough, there were rocks on the road, big ones fallen from the cliff above. If he'd been going normal speed, he definitely would have hit them. He navigated around them carefully. Leave a like if you're enjoying this and tell me in the comments, have you ever experienced something paranormal on the road or anywhere else? I'd love to read your story. The next week, Marcus drove past the same spot, same time, and there was the man again, on the shoulder, waving his arms, warning of the same danger. Marcus stopped. "Hey, we met last week. Thanks again for the warning." The man looked confused. "Last week? Yeah, you warned me about the rocks. I'm always here, every night, warning people because I crashed, and I don't want others to crash too." "When did you crash?" The man hesitated. I don't remember exactly. Long time ago, but it was at that curve. I hit the rocks, truck flipped, and..." He stopped, looked at his hands, like he was realizing something. "I never left, did I?" he whispered. Marcus didn't know what to say. "I died here," the man continued, "and I stayed to help, so others don't die like I did." "What's your name?" Mike Torres." Marcus researched later, found an article from August 2006, 15 years ago. Mike Torres, 48, died in a truck accident. Some roads never forget their dead. Before we begin, if you enjoy these true stories, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a tale. Today, I'm bringing you 4 disturbing experiences that drivers had on American roads. Apparitions that repeat, always in the same place, always at the same time. My name is James, and I'm 48 years old. I've been a long-haul trucker for 26 years. I drive the I-80 route from Pennsylvania to Illinois twice a week, always at night. I know every rest stop, every toll booth, every mile marker on that highway. But there's one spot I never pass without feeling a chill. Mile marker 141 on I-80 in Ohio, near Youngstown. Because at that spot, for 12 years, I've seen the same girl, over and over again. There are things that can't be explained. What I experienced that night changed everything. The first time I saw her was in March 2011. It was a Thursday, around 2 in the morning. I was driving my 18-wheeler when I saw her on the shoulder, a teenage girl, maybe 16 or 17, wearing a prom dress, light blue. She was waving her arms, trying to flag me down. It's not unusual to see people needing help on the highway, breakdowns, accidents. I always stop. That night, I stopped. I pulled over and got out. The girl was standing there, looking panicked. Her makeup was running like she'd been crying. The dress was dirty at the bottom. "Are you okay? What happened?" She looked at me with desperate eyes. "My date, he got angry, left me here. I need to get home, please." "Where do you live?" "Youngstown, 20 miles. Please, can you give me a ride?" I hesitated. Company policy was no passengers, but it was 2 a.m. A teenage girl alone on the highway? I couldn't just leave her. "Okay, get in." She climbed into the cab, sat in the passenger seat, looking out the window. She was shaking. "Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this with me. You're a trucker. It's 2 in the morning. A teenage girl in a prom dress gets in your truck. She says her date abandoned her, but something feels wrong. Her skin is too pale. Her dress is from a different era. I started driving toward Youngstown. "What's your name?" "Jessica." "Did your date hurt you? We should call the police." No police. I just want to go home." I looked at her in the mirror. She was staring straight ahead, hands folded in her lap. "What's your address? I'll take you right to your door." "Elm Street, number 412. We drove in silence for about 10 minutes. Then I glanced over at the passenger seat. It was empty. I slammed on the brakes, looked around. The doors were locked. We were on the highway going 60 miles an hour. There was no way she could have gotten out. I thought I was losing my mind. Exhaustion, too many hours on the road. But the next week, same place, same time, I saw her again. Mile marker 141, same prom dress, same desperate wave. I didn't stop that time. I drove past, but I saw her in my mirror, standing on the shoulder, watching me drive away. And since then, every time I pass mile marker 141 around 2 in the morning, I see her, always there, always trying to get home, never knowing she never will. And to close out these unsettling accounts, I want to share Emma's experience. She's a 31-year-old nurse from Boston, Massachusetts. En route 2 toward Concord during her drives to visit family, she met a boy who had been waiting 18 years for someone to take him home. Emma works at Massachusetts General Hospital, but her parents live in Concord. Every other weekend, she drives Route 2, a road she's known since childhood. There are things that can't be explained. What I experienced that night changed everything. It was a Friday night in October 2022. Emma was driving toward Concord. It was late, almost 11. The road was dark, little traffic. Near mile marker 23, she saw a young boy walking on the shoulder, alone. At that hour, Emma hit the brakes immediately. A kid, maybe 9 or 10, walking alone on a highway at 11 p.m.? Something was very wrong. Emma pulled over next to him, rolled down her window. "Hey buddy, are you okay? Where are your parents?" The boy came closer. He was wearing a Red Sox t-shirt and jeans. His face was pale, his eyes sad. "I'm lost," he said. "I want to go home." "Where do you live?" "Concord, Maple Street, number 15. Concord was only a few miles away. Emma couldn't leave a child alone on the highway. "Get in, I'll take you home." The boy got in the back seat. Emma started driving toward Concord. "How did you get lost?" Emma asked. "We were in the car, Mom, Dad, and me. There was an accident. The car went off the road, and when I woke up, I was alone. I've been walking, trying to get home." "When was the accident?" "Today, I think." Emma felt a chill. "Are you hurt? Should we go to a hospital?" "No, I just want to go home." Emma looked in the rearview mirror. The boy sat very still, looking out the window. "What are your parents' names? I should call them." "Dad is Tom, Mom is Lisa." They arrived in Concord. Emma followed the boy's directions to Maple Street. It was a quiet residential street with older houses. "That one," the boy said, pointing. A 2-story house with a small front yard. Emma parked. "Want me to come with you?" "No, I'm okay. Thank you." The boy got out, walked toward the house. Emma watched to make sure he got in safely. But when the boy reached the front door, something strange happened. He walked through it, literally passed through the closed door, like smoke. Emma jumped out of her car, ran to the door, knocked. An elderly woman answered. "Yes?" "I'm sorry, I just dropped off a boy. He said he lived here." The woman went pale. "A boy?" "Yes, he just went inside a second ago." The woman slowly shook her head. "That's not possible. My grandson died 18 years ago in a car accident on Route 2. He was 10. Him, his father, and his mother. The whole family, except me. I survived." Emma felt the world spin. What was his name? Tyler. He was wearing a Red Sox shirt. The woman started crying. That was his favorite. He was wearing it that day. Emma didn't know what to say. The woman invited her in, showed her photos. It was him, the same boy Emma had picked up. "Sometimes," she said, "people tell me they've seen him, walking on Route 2, always near mile marker 23, where the accident happened, trying to get home." Emma left in shock, drove to her parents' house in silence. Since then, every time she passes mile marker 23 on Route 2, She looks, searches, and sometimes she sees him, Tyler, walking on the shoulder, trying to get home. 18 years later, still lost, still searching for his way. And Emma always slows down, always looks, because she knows Tyler is still there, and he'll always be there, until he finally finds his way home. If you made it this far, leave a comment telling me which story impacted you most.